project proposals.
Among the files released by the agency are several internal memos written immediately after Frank Olson's death. The documents describe the incident at Deep Creek Lodge as a mild experiment using a very small dose of LSD, targeting all but 2 of the men at the meeting. Apparently, no one had an abnormal reaction to the drug. But there's also a memo from CIA consultant Harold Abramson, who saw Olson the following week. According to him, the experiment had in fact been designed specifically to trap Frank Olson. The contradictions plague Eric Olson for many years. He is convinced there was foul play at hand. In his quest for answers, he finally turns to the one man he knows he can trust: his father.
When the backhoe started digging, it was early June morning, 1994, I thought, yes, finally we're gonna open this thing up.
Supervising the exhumation is forensics expert Professor James Starrs.
The body was, as I would say, in unusually well-preserved condition.
One thing is immediately apparent.
There were no lacerations evident on his face and head.
This is in direct contrast to the medical report and the story told to the Olsons. There was something else the CIA didn't want the family to see. What is present, but not mentioned in the medical report, is a large bruise above the left eye. But Olson hit the ground feet first and then fell backwards.
Could have been that someone did, as we anticipated initially, cosh him, hit him on the head, rendering him unable to protect himself, and then did the inevitable, threw him out the window.
If true, then Frank Olson was murdered. During his investigation, Eric Olson makes an intriguing discovery. The same year Frank Olson dies, the CIA publishes its first assassination manual.
And that assassination manual specified the ideal way in which you murder somebody, but you make it look like an accident. And the best way, they said, to do this was from a fall from a high window, at least 75 feet. And they said you should stun the subject, that's the verb, stun the subject before dropping them with a blow to the temple above one of the eyes.
The pattern was identical in every respect to what we found and what we interpreted from the remains of Dr. Olson. I think that Frank Olson was intentionally, deliberately, with malice aforethought, thrown out that window.
But investigative reporter John Marks disagrees.
I spent an incredible amount of time researching this question. I never found any evidence at all that Olson was pushed out that window.
I think you have to face the facts here that when you're doing this kind of government illegal, immoral, top-secret work, you have to be prepared to face the consequences, which include disposal of problematic people. Well, what other cover story can you tell besides suicide?
In the fight against communism, the government sacrificed the rights of many individuals. When Professor Starrs asked Sidney Gottlieb about the CIA's secret experiments on humans, Gottlieb claimed he would do the same again today.
He said, "You do not know that I had the safety and security of our country in my hands."
During the Cold War, it seemed that almost everything was justified, and if you were against it, you weren't patriotic.
In the climate of the Cold War, or in all of human history, the basic motto is war is hell. And you've got to do a lot of bad stuff, and a lot of people die and get hurt. But we justify it because we need to do what we need to do to protect America. This is the bind that we're in as a culture. What can we justify in the name of national security? Can we justify medical atrocities? Apparently.